The UK has been a frontrunner in ensuring competition-friendly conditions for the fintech startups, and the CMA has been key in triggering this reform. What can you share with us in terms of the option of the open banking initiative in the UK?
Thanks very much for that question, Jose. So I suppose the first thing I'd say is that it's certainly early days. There are at the moment only a handful of accredited third-party providers, but last time we checked in, there were around 150 that were going through the process with the FCA to get into that space. From the consumer side, we know that people are starting to use these facilities that are out there, but we expect the take-up really to be or follow very much the pattern that other technological advances in this space have followed. So to be relatively slow for a few years and then suddenly for there to be a take-up. So if you look at contactless payments, they've been around for a very long time, but it's really only, I think, last week that they overtook in the UK the use of chip and PIN for payments. So we would expect that kind of pace of take-up. What we have currently is we do have, obviously, a number of the key retail banks are already operating in the open bank space. So it is already possible for customers, both on the retail side and on the SME side, to start to use price comparison websites to find better products. There is also some early signs of third parties coming in to start to unbundle or offer unbundled services in the current account space. So if you think of a current account, it holds your money so that you don't have it in a piggy bank. It allows you to make payments. It can provide you with a short-term loan in the form of an overdraft if you need it. But what the Open Banking Initiative does is allow competition into those services to unbundle them. And there is already at least one app out there or service provider out there that will do that. So it will notice when you're about to go into the red, and it will essentially offer to find you those funds on a short-term basis at a rate that is guaranteed to be cheaper than that at which your bank would provide you with an overdraft. On the credit side, you can set a limit, say 500 euros, and you can say to it, when I have more than 500 euros in my account, please sweep it into another account that again will guarantee to pay you more interest than your current account does. So that's a glimpse into the future, but one that doesn't look that far away because there are already products out there that can do that. The other area where we see real opportunities is through the increased use of what we call financial dashboards, which is the ability to see all your accounts and all your financial products through a single lens, and also to split out easily your different forms of expenditure. And that is useful for you and me when we're balancing our budgets, but it's particularly useful for vulnerable consumers who may have large amounts of debt and are looking for help from debt advisory services to manage those. Pre-open banking, getting all that information together would have been incredibly burdensome, and what this will do is allow some of those debt advisory services to, with the consent of the user, see all that information and really work to provide much more tailored advice. So that again is looking to the future, but we see that as a very tangible benefit that this open banking ecosystem will also bring.